name is Amelia Dodoo and I'm originally from Ghana. This year I'm conducting some research in Ghana to better understand people's perception of corruption in their community. From my point of view, there are lots of problems. A lot of people are struggling to find jobs, and even if they do find work, pay is not necessarily enough to survive on. It's hard for the average Ghanaian. What I'm trying to get at least with these few initial pieces of work, is, okay, so this is a problem. It is a problem here. And even though I may not have all the answers, I'm trying to really talk to the people to see where we could go better. The only real way you can understand what Ghanaians are feeling is to ask them. I wanted to make sure that I was able to cast my net wide. We're going up north to Tamale and a bit of the middle in Kumasi. But I'm really trying to hear people outside of Accra, outside of the capital, because that's where my initial work focused on, and see, okay, what are their differences? Do people in Tamale view corruption differently from people in Cape Coast? If so, why? A lot of work has gone into the project so far, trying to find people who would be interested in leading the interviews for us. I've spent a lot of time behind the computer making sure the questions are in the right order. We've obtained ethical approval to conduct these focus group interviews in different communities.
I think when she contacted us, we told her that we've been doing focus group discussion. Yes, we've been involved. We did one at Boyem, a community in Bono East.
I always want to be in the field. I always want to do data collection, and this is an opportunity for me to come out. So when they just called me, I said, there's no problem. This is the opportunity I've been waiting for.
I think the biggest thing that I would have to overcome with being able to execute this work is people's willingness to contribute. Because corruption is very taboo, the reservation to be open to have this conversation is very likely. And the interview leads are going to have to work their butt off to really, one, get people to agree to show up, and then get people willing to agree to talk.
When I saw the topic corruption, so I knew northern parts of Ghana here, there is corruption all over the place, from home, area, community. So I wanted to know more, explore. It interests me to take part in this activity.
For sure, as I said it earlier on yesterday, I think I like challenging myself. That's one thing about me, even though sometimes it may be a bit too challenging, but you just have to challenge yourself, maybe to get things that you don't have experience about.
I think what has changed from when I started till now is I realized the urgency that change needs to come. If there's anything I've learned from this research, is the youth are exhausted. There was this general sense of we need to do better, we need to change something. When we look at young people in Ghana, they're usually the least represented. So I really wanted to spend some time hearing from people whose voices are not heard the most. The biggest thing I wish we were able to do was spend more time in the communities. The more and more you speak to them, the more and more they're willing to open up and share. The last question we would ask after every focus group discussion is, do you have anything else to add? And time again, we would get people saying, we should have more conversations like this. You should come back so we can do this with more people. The participants themselves said we should facilitate these kinds of conversations in our community. So you do get this sense that the people want to be more proactive in changing their communities. I'm glad that the focus group discussions kind of opened the door for them to realize, okay, there is something we can do. There needs to be more time for young people to have spaces like this where they can come together and rejuvenate themselves with the people around them. They know what to do. It's just they need the facilities and the resources to execute what they want to do.